Sup nerds, I'm CuppaJoey, and today we're going to be having a little peek into the underground, and it's r/fyoukaren. Except, it says the real F words. It says the word that's frick, except ruder than the frick. I thought we would have a look at this because I've noticed that the Karen type content is more popular and I enjoy making it as well, to be honest. There's a lot of just casual racism and anti-masking stuff. It's all pretty grim, so let's have a peek. 2011 Karen's dreaming of being handcuffed, ball-gagged, blindfolded, and assaulted. 2020 Karen's can't be held back by wearing a face mask. Oh god. Seriously, I just thought, can we, maybe if we give them ball gags instead of masks? I know it wouldn't really cover their nose. Oh no, we can sort out give masks. There we go, perfect. We will just tell them that it's some kinky 50 Shades stuff, that they've got to wear a ball gag, a specialized ball gag that also covers the nose, but it's breathable through the nose with the special fabric. And then it's just some kinky power play stuff. Get on with that. Oh, but just look at that little smirk and the eyebrow raise of, haha, look at me, I'm beating the system by spreading my dirty, dirty germs everywhere. This is the kind of person that not only leaves the toilet lids up when they flush so that the poo just goes flying everywhere, but also just gets a fan and then just tries to spray around the poo as much as they can, and even just maybe dunk the toilet and dunk the toothbrush in the toilet, for a little bit of extra juice. That's basically what you're doing when you wear a mask like that. When church is over and you're on your way to verbally assault a waitress. Oh god. Oh yeah, I'm glad you took all of those lessons about love thy neighbour on board, Karen. It's so true. Karen's diner. Karen asking to speak to the manager. Karen the manager. Oh, for God's sake, I don't know why. I don't know why that tickled me so much. It's going to be one of those space-time continuum paradoxes at the moment that this happens, the whole, if you put buttered toast on the back of a cat, then it'll just spin in the air because cats always land on their feet and toast always lands on their feet, and the toast always lands butter side down. This is the exact same situation. As soon as Karen wants to speak to the manager, and then Karen is the manager, it actually rips the space-time continuum and turns it into two, where there are then two universes, one where she speaks to the manager, one where she just becomes the manager, and it also creates a black hole. Never go to Karen's diner if your name is Karen if you enjoy the world. Oh, as if Karens do anything they're told, or rather as if they don't do anything they're told not to do. Masks are tyranny. Yeah, and I notice as well, Bane's wearing a face mask, as if they'd ever do that. Then again, it was to intimidate rather than protect others. I don't know, I've not seen the film with Bane, don't judge me. To accommodate anti-maskers, we have provided this space away from everywhere else where you could stare at your own reflection, since apparently you're the only person you care about. I love this. This is what it is in an absolute nutshell. There is no reason that people can't wear a mask. You know what? I'm actually going to share a little Karen story of myself. I was debating sharing this with the channel, but I thought, you know what? As I came across this little anti-mask thingy, then why not? So certain things have opened in the UK, and I've still been, staying at home, staying safe, saving lives, blah, 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 because, I don't, I like being alive. And I like my loved ones being alive, so I have been staying in. However, I did go foolishly to a car boot sale last week because, mainly because my partner really wanted to go. She has really, really been missing car boot sales. It's our thing. We go out, we find little bargains, we find little nerdy stuff. It's a fun day, and she really wanted to go, so I went because I thought, you know what? They've got regulations in place to do with social distancing. There is hand sanitizer at the entrance. There's all these clear signs that you should, stay away from each other. So I thought, you know what? It's gonna be okay. I'll be alright. I was freaking wrong. I should know better than to think that the British public care about anybody other than themselves. But yeah, there was so many freaking coffin dodgers with a death wish, just absolutely, geriatric people getting way too close and, licking my ear, basically. It really stressed me out, and I found myself getting more and more stressed, and I was there complaining. I complained to my, I was there with my partner and my father and my brother, and I was complaining to the family about, oh my god, people aren't wearing masks, what are they doing? We're wearing masks, they're not wearing masks, and, they're being dangerous. And right as I was complaining about this old maggot walked behind my brother and let out the most horrible hacking cough I've ever heard. Now, she was standing directly behind my brother, who I love, so of course I was freaking angry. But not only that, I had just been complaining about the people not wearing masks and, not social distancing and all that, and I was going, we can't come back here, I hate it here. I hate the people on social distancing and not coming back, and, I was stressing out, and then she goes, right behind my brother. And instinctively, I just turned around and went, oh, are you freaking kidding me? To this woman, but you know what, I said the other F word instead of frick. And this Karen, she was just absolutely staring at me in shock, and she tried to pull this whole excuse me, I have asthma thing. And I was like, well, if you have asthma, then you really shouldn't be out in this current environment, because if somebody's going to fall really freaking ill, it is you. Seriously, I keep seeing, I have asthma, I have breathing problems as an excuse for not wearing a mask. If your breathing problems are so bad that you can't wear a mask, don't go out. It is that simple. If you enjoy being alive, don't go out. If you enjoyed your loved ones being alive, don't go out if your breathing problems are that bad. So yeah, I just told her it's not excuse that she should be wearing a mask, and then her response to me saying you should be wearing a mask is, what do you think I was doing? Which makes no sense, because she wasn't wearing a freaking mask. I said, no, she said, what do you think I was doing, you silly woman? And I just said, well, I'm not a woman. And this is the thing, when you're so angry that you just blurt out an insult, and it's the first freaking insult that comes to your mind, and it's just so instinctive, and you might think, with, a bit of hindsight, I might not have said that. I said, I'm not a woman, you stupid fart. And I realised calling someone a stupid fart, it's just... I mean, I still think she was a stupid fart, but my partner just said to me, you sounded like a child. When they're yeah, well, you're a pooey egg. Oh, God. So, yeah, that was my most recent encounter with a maskless Karen. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I bloody well didn't. Schrodinger's Karen. Someone who is too weak-lunged to be able to breathe properly through a fabric mask, while simultaneously being so healthy that they can scream at full volume if retail workers challenge them. Oh boy, this is how it is. This is definitely how it is. Often when there are so many anti-mask Karen videos going around. And that's the thing, is that, the Karen, the Karen is the entitled older white lady. But the thing is that they are fully coming out with the whole mask thing going on. So that's why so much of this video has just been predominantly mask related. But one thing that I have noticed, that often if they're wearing a mask and then they get asked to wear a mask, they'll say, oh, I've got a health condition, I've got asthma, or I've got emphysema. Well, probably not emphysema, but I've got all these terrible, terrible lung problems that, are gonna kill me if I wear a mask. And then, when people are oh, you need to wear a mask anyway, they'll go, we have an immune system, and that immune system is designed to protect us from any disease that comes our way. It's like a common cold. You can't have it both ways. It's like my father-in-law. My father-in-law was pretty much determined that it was all fake and was going around saying that it was made up by the left and that it was a tool of communism because it came from China and all this terrible tinfoil hat wearing nonsense about how it was all fake and not real and the scaremongering and all of that. But he still, went to so much effort to sterilize everything and keep everyone away and buy in bulk and basically doomsday prep. And it's like, well, which is it? Karens and people whose name is actually Karen. That's Monica from Doki Doki Literature Club, right? And Sans from Undertale. I'm curious as to what this meme originally was, because those are two games that I like and I don't quite get it. Either way, this is a neat meme. Temperature in those stars is atrocious. There is no air circulation whatsoever. No way in hell could anybody be in there with a mask on. Funny, I am an old lady with asthma and I can wear one in stores with no problem. Yeah, it gets a little hot sometimes, but I'd rather be a little uncomfortable than end up with a tube shoved down my throat or make another sick. Funny how a short old woman can wear a mask and leave her home without a gun, but big strong men cry about having to wear one and need a gun to go to Subway. It's so true. I'm so anti-gun, I'm really, really, really anti-gun. I know that there are a lot of left-wing people that are, talking about arming the proletariat. I don't think that anyone should be armed. I don't think that there's ever a reason to be in possession of something which, the sole purpose of which is to kill someone. I can't wrap my head around that, and I never will. And yeah, I love the fact that it was an old woman that was just like, well, I'm strong enough to do this and you can't, put on your big boy pants and get over it. Because yeah, that is good. It shows she definitely has a lot of compassion, and the fact that she's willing to go on Facebook and just call out dudes like this, I love it. Healing magic is cool, but knowing enough to wash your freaking hands is even cooler. Oh, yes. I love Rick and Morty. I know that it was, hijacked by a pretty toxic fandom, but, that's not going to stop me from liking it. And I love, little nods to real life like in this. I really do. If racism doesn't exist, then why your parents don't want you dating black guys? And then her incredibly informed aunt had the following to say in response. That is not racism. It is simply keeping races pure. Well done. Well done. Yeah. Yeah, not racist. Super not racist. I don't understand. This is something I see a lot in the LGBT community as well. More the trans community, in that people will say, I am not blankphobic or I am not against blank, and then come out with just the worst stuff possible. That's not racism, it's keeping races pure. The idea of a pure race is the most racist thing you could possibly think of. What the hell? Besides, race mixing is so healthy in terms of genes and spreading about the gene pool. A lot of mixed race people tend to be healthier than white losers like me. So, it does no good. It's nothing but pure racism. And to say that it's not, that's like saying, this beef burger is vegetarian. It's got 100% beef in it, but it's vegetarian. Why? It just is. It doesn't work like that. You can't say, oh, this is not blank, and then that stops it from being blank, Woman urinates on floor after refusing to leave Verizon store for not wearing a mask. Yeah. Okay. Karens are now believing it is fine to just drop your cacks and piss everywhere when you're not getting your way. I mean, that is something that either a chimpanzee or a 2-year-old would do, but they're about the same league as Karens, so that makes sense to me. And while I'm looking at this, she urinated all over the floor because she was told to wear a mask. Now, can you imagine if this woman was not cisgender? Can you imagine if this was a trans woman asking to go to the loo, being told she couldn't go in, and so she just peed everywhere? If that was the case, then, there would be so many freaking anti-trans articles talking about how this is clearly something innate in trans women and how it would be like a terrible thing and that they shouldn't allow trans women to be allowed in public at all if they're just gonna piss. You know, that's what it would be like, but Karens can do this all the time and it's no freaking problem. And people will look over it and she'll even try and say, oh, well, I'm a woman, so let me go. It's happening a lot and, oh, God, yeah, I just hate it. Ah, yes, the mother of all Karens, the boss Karen herself, the one that you have to fight before you level up, and then you find out that it's actually like you've not just fought her, but then she, you know, comes back to life even stronger. That's basically what Ellen DeGeneres is in terms of Karens. Ex-employees accused the Ellen DeGeneres show of toxic work culture. Who would have fricking thought? Former employees of the Ellen DeGeneres show have claimed they were subjected to toxic work environment and faced racism on the sets. Furthermore, they told BuzzFeed News that they were fired after taking medical leave or bereavement days to attend family funerals. That be kind bollocks only happens when the cameras are on. It's all for show, an ex-employee alleged. We are truly heartbroken and sorry to learn this. It's not who we are, executive producer said, except it is who they are, it is who Ellen DeGeneres has been, and it is always who she has been. The only thing that I find remotely shocking about this is the fact that people thought that Ellen DeGeneres was a good person in the first place. I don't know, I just found that it was very clear. She always gave me that real fake vibe. Like, so much of it just seemed to be attention-seeking and trying to bring on the you know, the flavour of the month, like the Apparently kid, you know, and the Coachella yodeler. I mean, I know this is mostly recent stuff, but I just wasn't a fan of hers even back when I was a teenager. I mean, especially, like, being a part of the LGBT community, so many people would be like, oh, Ellen DeGeneres, she's, like, the queen gay, you must like her. And it's really frustrating because I don't. It's like the whole RuPaul's drag race thing. People assume that I'm into drag, and I'm really not. There's a lot about drag that I really dislike. But moving on, you know, I could always tell that Ellen DeGeneres was the kind to just be nice for the cameras. Like, it was definitely giving me that vibe. It seemed to be her way of going, right, this is the new cool thing. Let's say fidget spinners. I don't know. Let's just say it's fidget spinners. So she'll just say, I know that that's like quite a, like, it isn't even a retro reference. It's just freaking outdated at this point. But, you know, let's just say that it is fidget spinners, and then she basically goes, right, let's make this about me. We've got fidget spinners with my face on them that you can all get, and then you can put them on your worship Ellen DeGeneres shrines where you must give me offerings 3 times a day. I mean, the fact that she, you know, fired people for taking medical leave or having a funeral, that's just, there is absolutely no compassion there. And it really doesn't surprise me. I did see a couple of things where, you know, there was also another Reddit reading where somebody was talking about what celebrities they had met that weren't as nice as people thought. So many people said Ellen DeGeneres. I always knew that she was a Karen. She always seemed terrible to me, but I couldn't say anything because she hadn't actually done anything. It was just the vibe I was getting, and I didn't want to be a negative Nancy boy, so I just, you know, kept it quiet. And now it's all coming out. I'm like, I always freaking knew you were a Karen, damn it. yeah, this turned into a rant about why I don't like Ellen DeGeneres, but you know what? I don't like her, so sod it, I'll say it. Attendees of the first annual KarenCon Summer 2020. Oh, God. Oh, wow. It's just a sea of white faces, isn't it? Oh, God. I like the fact that there's that one woman standing up who's got a freaking baby. Like, none of the, like, you can see it says no mask, so this is post, you know, virus. These are people trying to say, like, you shouldn't have to wear a mask. None of them are wearing masks, apart from a couple that are wearing it, you know, delightfully around their chin/neck, which is, you know, optimum place for stopping it from getting in your mouth and nose. And that one has their baby there, which shows that, you know, I'm willing to just be very blunt and say, you know, she doesn't love her kid. I'm sorry, but if you're putting, you know, your desperation to be right and to, you know, fight against tyranny that doesn't actually exist, then yeah, your selfishness has come above the welfare of your child. Well done. Well, that's it for this episode of r/fyoukaren. I was just trialing this subreddit today as I wasn't too sure whether people would enjoy it or whether they get their full Karen quota in the other subreddits. If you enjoyed hearing from this subreddit and want to hear from it again, then do let me know in the comments. Similarly, if you'd rather I concentrate on other thing and you feel like you get your full filling, your full plate serving of Karen in those subreddits, then let me know as well. And until then, I'll see you all next time.